Hey everyone, and welcome. So we hear about AI solving these huge problems all the time, right? From finding new drugs to making our commutes better. But how does a machine actually do that? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that whole process. We're going on a journey from a simple idea all the way to a real-world solution, step by step. Let's dive in. When you get right down to it, AI problem solving is really all about teaching a machine to think, kind of like we do. It's about giving it the ability to look at a challenge, break it down, and come up with a smart way to solve it. It's definitely not magic, it's just a really clever, structured process.
Okay, so that's the big question, isn't it? How do you take a machine, which just follows basic instructions, and turn it into something that can actually strategize and predict? Well, I want you to think of it like a construction project. We're not just giving it a to-do list, we are literally building a solution from the ground up. And like any good build, we need a plan. So first, we'll define our problem solver, then we're going to lay the foundation, build the brain, put it through a really tough test run, and finally, take it from our workshop out into the real world.
To make this whole thing less abstract, let's follow a simple example all the way through. Imagine a little local cafe that really wants to cut down on food waste. Their big problem? They never know exactly how many croissants to bake each morning. So, we're going to build them an AI that can predict that perfect number. Every great building needs a solid foundation, right? You can't just start throwing up walls. And for an AI, this foundation is absolutely critical. It's made of two super important parts: the blueprint of what we're building and the raw materials we're going to build it with. So, as you can see, those two parts are our blueprint and our raw materials. The blueprint is the problem definition, having a crystal clear plan. And the raw materials, well, that's all our data. And trust me, without a good blueprint and quality materials, the whole project is basically doomed before it even starts. Now, this is the part where you have to get really specific. For our cafe, the goal is simple: predict daily croissant sales. But what's a constraint? Maybe the oven can only bake 200 at a time. And a risk: what if the AI is way off and they sell out by 9 a.m., or worse, have to throw away dozens? You've got to think through all of this stuff before you even dream of writing code.
All right, blueprint is in hand. Now it's time to gather up our raw materials. For the cafe's prediction AI, we need data, and lots of it. I'm talking past sales numbers, the day of the week, the weather, if there was a local festival, was it a holiday, basically anything you can think of that might make someone want to buy a croissant.
Now, here's the thing about raw data. It's always messy. Always. It's like getting a truckload of lumber and stone just dumped on your site. You can't just start building with it. You have to clean it up, fix typos, fill in missing sales from that day the register was broken. Then you have to organize it all and shape it into a format the AI can actually use. This part takes a ton of work, but it is so essential. Okay, our foundation is set, our materials are all prepped and ready to go. Now we get to the really exciting part, actually building the core of our solution. This is where we construct the engine, the brain that's going to do all the heavy lifting. And you've got different types of brains, or models, to choose from. Machine learning models are awesome for making predictions from structured data, like our cafe's sales numbers. Deep learning, that's more for complex stuff, like understanding images or human language. The choice totally depends on the problem. For our little cafe, a machine learning model is the perfect tool for the job. Training is where the magic really seems to happen. We take all of that clean, organized data we prepared, and we just feed it to the model. The model's algorithms then sift through everything, and they start learning all the little patterns. It starts to figure out, oh, rainy Tuesdays usually mean fewer sales, but sunny Saturdays when the farmer's market is on, that means we're going to be busy.
So our AI brain is built, it's been trained. But we can't just hand the keys over to the baker just yet. Nope. Like any brand new engine, it has to go through some serious quality control. We have to test it, we have to push it, and we have to see if it actually works the way we think it does.
This is the moment of truth. We actually hold back some of our data the model has never seen before, and we ask it to make a prediction. For our cafe, we'd say, okay, model, tomorrow's a Wednesday, it's going to be sunny. How many croissants should we bake? And then it spits out an answer, 115. But how do we know if 115 is a good answer? Well, we use metrics like these. This is basically the model's report card. Accuracy tells us how often it's right in general, but we need to dig deeper. For the cafe, precision answers the question, when the AI predicts a busy day, how often is it actually right? We don't want to bake too many croissants and waste them. And recall answers, of all the real busy days that happened, how many did our AI catch? Because we definitely don't want to run out of croissants by 9 a.m. It's all about understanding what kinds of mistakes your model is making.
Okay, so our model has passed its tests with flying colors. It's accurate, it's reliable, it's ready. Now it is time for the final, most rewarding stage, taking our creation out of the lab and putting it to work in the real world. This last step really has two parts. First, we refine it. This is like making tiny tweaks to the engine to squeeze out just a little bit more performance. And then comes deployment, the grand opening. This means plugging the model into the cafe's daily routine, so every single morning the baker gets a reliable number on their phone.
And there you have it. That's the entire construction process, from start to finish. We started with a clear blueprint by defining the problem. We gathered and prepped our raw materials, the data. We built the brain by choosing and training a model. We tested it like crazy. And finally, we launched it.
You know, this 5-step process is the fundamental recipe behind pretty much all the AI you see out there today. It's this amazing mix of creative thinking and hardcore engineering. So now that you've seen how the sausage is made, the only question left is, what problem do you want to solve next?